Hello, everyone. This is Isaac. I'm a price action trader following Al Brooks, and this is my daily review of the S&P 500 futures. Um, I am a student. I'm not teaching. I am just posting this to get feedback from fellow students of Al Brooks and especially the people who are more knowledgeable and more experienced and more well versed um, in trading under Al Brooks. Um, I will give the disclaimer of the risk of trading futures. Um, there's there's a potential for unlimited gain, but also unlimited loss. And please do not trade with funds that you cannot afford to completely lose. For more information, please check the risk disclosure at the CBOE website. Okay, so today is December 30th, 2025. It's a Tuesday. RTH chart over here. This was our daily bar for today. It ended as a doji, but with a small bear body. And looking over here, this here is 15-minute ETH or Globex. You can see it was stuck going sideways, and we pretty much stayed in that all day, going into the close. First bar here was up then down on the 15-minute chart, and then a big bull bar, then a big bear bar. So big up, big down, big confusion, as Al Brooks says, right? So trading range is what we can expect. And looking here at the 5-minute RTH, we see we gap down a little bit. And first we went up, got pushed back down, so we got that candle wick. I guess it was trying to close the gap. But we ended bar one with a bear body. As Brad Wolf says, 80% chance on bar one of buyers below and sellers above. And that's what we got here on bar two. So we got a doji there trying to push back up. And then it's sold off again. And then buyers below, or maybe buyers around yesterday's this high here, bar 57. And then the buyers took it back up. We got doji, and then long candle look there, and the bears just swooped in and carried this back down, completely disregarding this breakout test here. Right, because bar 4 was a bull bar going right past the high of the bear bar 3. So you would expect a breakout test when it comes back down, and maybe bar 5, 6, 7, 8 was a breakout test there. Didn't pull back on the next bar. Instead, bar 9 plunged down and went and created a new low. Then we went sideways here, creating a new major lower high here. The reason I call this a major lower high is because I've been learning in the Al Brooks video course that this is a major lower high if it creates a new low, which we did here. But at the same time, this can get passed and it can invalidate the bear case. And I had a feeling about that because of the price action that I was seeing here. You know, big up, big down, big up, big down, and then up, down, right? And so that on top of a wedge here, maybe a wedge here, including this yesterday's bar 78. Yeah. 78 with today's bar 4, and then, I don't know, bar 9 or bar 14, 15. So I thought, okay, this thing's going to try to come back. Let's see what they can do. Let's see if they can cross this major lower high. Well, guess what? They did. Look at bar 16, 17. In fact, bar 17 was not only a good bull bar, it actually closed just above the major lower high of bar 11. Okay, so I made a measured move target there using the Fibonacci retracements tool on NinjaTrader. So measuring from there to there. Yeah, from the low of bar 16 to the close of bar 17. That's a 100%. And even here would be a 150%. Now, because it's a trading range, for bigger measured moves, I only expect half R. And so looking here at 1, 2, 3, 4 bull bars and taking a measured move of that, well, we just got the 50% measured move of that. So we got the half R of that. Okay. So it pulled back a little bit after going to after going touching the bottom here, which is the open of bar 6. So any bulls that tried to buy below that bar instead got taken for a ride. And they were waiting for this to come back up so they could get out break even. So they got out break even. But I thought that this was a safe buy, especially considering we crossed this major lower high here. So the bear case was damaged. So it was ready to go turn it up again. We even made a new high of the day. But we're still in a trading range day. So not sure how much further up that could go. And this was also going to test these highs over here, right? So we got our half R on that, or 1.5 R if you are just measuring using the first 2 bull bars. And once you get here, I mean, given the previous price action here, is it safe to buy below this bar? I mean, look at this. Look at this. Traders who were buying below bars weren't having a good time. very recently. What makes you think it'll change now? So this thing plunges downwards. Excuse me. Pauses here. Tries to go below today's open. Gets swatted back, but then continues down. And starts to go a little sideways here. And finally going down to this area here. And I would think this is also relieving bears who tried to sell above the high of bar 4. Thinking, okay, we got sellers above, so it should be fine. Well, it wasn't fine, and they had to come back down to get out break even. So we could expect a sideways type of day. But also maybe a little more bullish because we, again, crossed over this major lower high. So I thought this was a good stop order buy here. And what would that get us? Let's have a look. Good confirmation bar there. Okay, so that's the 100%. But then after seeing these lows here, no, it's hard to say. I mean, we're forming a wedge. We're doing too much up, down, up, down, up, down, even though we're going up. Look at this: 1 push, 2 push, 3 push, 4 push. And then notice how the slope started becoming less steep. Let me delete that. It did go back to around this area here. If you see bar 61, it just barely went, almost went to the high of this bar here, which is bar 21. And again, with the slope slowly getting less steep. No change even with the, it was apparently an FOMC day today, but I guess with this being the holidays, I mean, it is December 30th. I guess it didn't have as much of an effect, at least not right away. But that slope gets less steep, and we could expect, we could wait and see if they're gonna start crossing over these lows here, which they did. Well, we had a wedge here, so we were making lower lows, relatively lower lows, not overall. So we got a wedge here, came back to test these highs, but then it continued to create lower lows for this area. But then, of course, we were coming towards the end of the day. And it's kind of like, I see it kind of as a roller coaster, like the beginning of a roller coaster. It climbs up, it climbs up, it climbs up, and then it slows down. And then suddenly the big drop. Now, you still need to have confirmation for that, but that's usually how I see it. So So here, this here, I guess this little bull bar 67 turned out to be more of a pullback before coming straight down again, attempting to cross this low of 34, which no, it didn't. It couldn't. So this ended up being a higher low than this. Came back up again, tried to get back to this area, failed again. And actually, look at that. We got a wedge. 1, 2, 3. So what happens next? You get out in a trading range. But again, this was towards end of day. So normally I wouldn't touch this unless I really, really knew what was going on. So it plunged down past, excuse me, past the open of the day. Tried to cross these lows, so test these lows here. Couldn't make a new low, but we did get past the day's open, and there's your end result there. We got a bear body, doji with a bear body on the daily chart. Yep, there you go. Have a look there. And I kind of thought this was higher probability, especially since I talked about this yesterday, how towards the end of yesterday, the institutional bears and bulls were fighting over closing entirely beneath this bar here, this daily bar here from last week, which I believe was a Wednesday bar. What, Tuesday, Monday, Friday, Wednesday? Yeah, because Thursday was Christmas. So I thought that the bears being able to close this bar here completely below this bar strengthen their case for going further down. So that's what we got. But again, end of day trading is risky. And again, like I said, you got to think fast and you got to know what the big institutions are trying to accomplish. And I mean, for me, I can try to guess, but who am I to say for sure what they're doing, what they're thinking? I mean, I still have to learn about that from the Al Brooks course, and also what is it they talk about in the Brooks webinars that they do every day, and also on Discord. They talk about these Jenny bars. I still have to learn more about that. Once I get more well versed in the video course, I'm on my second run of it. But still, end of day trading, I try my best to stay away from that. And yeah, I mean, if I've already made my money for the day, I try to protect what I've made for the day, and I'd rather just stay away and just maybe watch just out of curiosity and see like, oh, what are the big players doing? Let's find out. Like let's try to see what they're fighting over. So other than that, um, was there anything else? Well, let me extend this. Let me just see. Okay. This is steep, but a wedge there, steep wedge. Going testing this area in a trading range. Another reason I thought it was safe to buy there. Well, mostly because it was a trading range, but having this wedge there also helped, as steep as it was. So they were bouncing off of this line here on this channel. Because originally I thought, okay, we might have a channel here, and well, we broke through it. Again, big up, big down, big up, big down. I would say just trading range. Failure of a failure of a failure, trading range. Right? Failure of a failure is swing. But in my experience, failure of a failure of a failure is a trading range. So that's what we got today. So once again, I'm Isaac, and please give your feedback. Please let me know what is correct in my analysis, what is incorrect, what I need to work on. If anyone wants to talk about trade execution or trade management and risk management in this market, in today's market, yeah, we can talk about that. Now, tomorrow is December 31st, Wednesday, so last day of the year. I think the market is open for a half day tomorrow, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna check it out. It's holiday time, so we'll see. I mean, if I don't do a recording tomorrow, then just have a good New Year, and I will see you all in the new year. The next time I record. Otherwise, yeah, if I do record tomorrow, then yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow then. But either way, I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot, and I will also talk to anyone in the Al Brooks Discord group. Again, I'm not a teacher. I am a student like everyone else. Please just listen to Al Brooks and the webinar presenters. Me, I'm just here for feedback and for journaling. Okay. Thanks a lot, everyone. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.